I think we're working on our stream. We'll get that back up and going. But anyways, Ty Farmer, Eric Pacheco. Farmer, 444 the dial in. Eric Pacheco out of Pueblo, Colorado. TNT Dragster right side. Pacheco rips it red, 17 thou. Ty Farmer gets a freebie. Dead 2, 20 on the tree, and 22 total as Pacheco left a little too early. Too many bumps on the button. Or not enough, depending on which one you were reaching for. Jerry Young out of Sturgeon, Minnesota, and Brent Ritter. Ritter, right lane. 474 the dial in. Jerry Young, 503 left lane as the Dragsters continue to invade XRP. A flock of ducks, as I have been told by several individuals, is the appropriate way to describe a pack of ducks. Are they ducks or mallards? What's the difference? Is it a duck or is it a mallard? Oh, Jerry Young, let's go, 3,000, too early, and that's an automatic win for Brent Ritter. Ritter, well above the dial, 11 on the tree, moving on. Again, if you did not hear the game plan for tomorrow, we mentioned this a little early. Time is kind of the critical piece that we've been monitoring all day long. It's obvious this one's going to go late. To avoid that tomorrow we have scrapped the time trial session. It will be new entry only. That will be for dragsters and door cars, drivers who have not been down the racetrack at all this weekend. So new entry time trial tomorrow morning, and then we go right to work in round number 1. The VP Racing Fuels 55-gallon drums will be given away in some way, shape, or form. We'll give you more details on that. Jayon Dosher with the win. Dead 1. How about that? Dosher is 20 total. And gets a round win. Did I get it right, Jayon? Jayon. Yeah. Yeah, you doubted me. Jayon Dosher. Making it happen. How about that? 20 total. Almost locked out Bubba. And we'll get the round win. Isaac Hill and J.R. Lobner. Lobner, 459 the dial in. Isaac Hill out of Mount Vernon, Missouri. Or no, I'm sorry. That's Michigan. I swore it said Missouri the last time. 470 the dial in, right lane. Either way, it's a Miller chassis. It's a dragster. I'm going to try to stiff arm J.R. Lobner. Tough customer over there in the left lane. Isaac Hill is 3 thou a red, and J.R. Lobner 56 on the 59 for the win. For those who are watching on our stream, yes, I do believe we are back. We'll get the descriptions updated and everything. George getting that stuff all set. I do believe we are back, Tom. I see you, you see me. We all scream for ice cream and race cars. Heath Phillips. Left lane, 455. And Vince Taylor, 458 right lane. Taylor out of Red Oak, Texas. 11 to a 19. Phillips in front. Phillips will stay in front. Double breakout. And Phillips by a measly 3 thou will win the double breakout. Taylor, that's a close margin. Phillips took 44-10 thou. If Taylor felt that he wasn't going to get there, could have threw the boat anchor, but did not. And follows Heath in for the double breakout loss. Rocky McLean the second and Amanda Graham. Graham's been a tough customer on the tree. not the driver you want to be seeing, because Amanda's been 10 or better just about every lap I think we've seen her. But Rocky McLean, we know how good Rocky is. Rocky McLean the second, 448 the dial in left lane. As we continue on with the Dragster duck race, round 2. A pair and dead zero for Rocky McLean. How about that? Amanda is 2 above and finds herself 25 thou behind. Again, we are back. Still live on Going Bracket Racing for the live feed. And you are watching what we're seeing real time for the folks who are watching online. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you've enjoyed that live stream. It's free. How can you not enjoy it? Free is for me. That is Talon Farmer. Left lane, 435 the dial in, and Marlon Goats. Goats is retired. He ain't got nothing to do on Monday. 467 the dial in. Goats is in big trouble. Farmer for the win. Dead 8, 19 on the tree, 27 total. Goats took 4th thou stripe, broke out by a whole bunch more than 4th thou. The math don't math, and Goats lost that one on the starting line. Quite frankly, 51 this late in the day, just not good. So Farmer moves on. Main event racers. Main event racers. We'll take it in lanes 5 and 6, please, if you are not there. Main event racers. We'll take it in lanes 5 and 6. Need you there now. Main event racers. I believe our junior dragster's coming up here shortly, but main event racers, we need you in lanes 5 and 6. And we need you there now. Russell Marr lights the red lamp, 16 thou too fast, and it's Devon Costlow for the win. 13 above, 27 total, as Costlow out of Combine, Texas. Moving on. Chris Livingood in the Little Vega that could. And Shannon Walker. Walker, Murphy, Texas runner. Little dragster door car action. Shannon, 485. Chris Livingood, 640 the dial in, so Chris going to be out in front. And Shannon Walker going to have to judge a very difficult stripe at night against a car that is all black. It's going to be a fast finish line that comes up on the dragster too. Well, it's all for nothing as Walker throws it away on the line. 11 red. And Living Good clicks her off early. 678 on this 640. 18 on the tree is your auto winner. Main event cars, need you to lanes 5 and 6, please. Main event cars, need you to lanes 5 and 6. As John Lomner and Mark Dunn make their way down the racetrack, win light top end, it will be done. Done. Dead 1, 20 on the tree, 21 total, taking 009. And John Lomner, dead 7, 31 total, and really trailed the whole way. Again, the junior dragsters, you have been called back to the lanes for your next round of competition. We have the 6 through 9-year-old wait and see by Clay Burrell. And it's my understanding Sean is actually Riley Spell for juniors, so I apologize on that. That was info that we didn't have. But main event, we need your lanes 5 and 6. 6 through 9-year-old juniors, we need your lanes 1 and 2. 10 through, well, 10 it up. Put you in lanes 3 and 4. As Bird Jones and Tova Marshall. Marshall with a freebie as Bird Jones got issues off the starting line. Marshall clicks it off early. 482 on the 459. All right, so I know we've been kind of shuffling around the stream. I think we got to YouTube's only so long we can record situation. So we'll blame it on YouTube as, all right, Billy Simpson, let's go 10. And then kind of does a little shimmy shake and says, this is a freebie run, so I'm going to prefer to not get frisky on this one. And says we'll just take the round win and move forward. All right, I believe should be junior dragsters coming up. Yep, junior dragsters under the suite. Main event. Need to see you guys all in the lanes. So main event cars, we need you in the lanes. We have a final in no box. Both drivers in no box are risky business drivers, so they will get put into what would be considered, I believe, the round of 4 in the what would be considered the semis of the total event for our Green Dirt Super Pro. All right, Harper Staggs and Easton Carpenter. Easton dialed 1250. Harper Staggs dialed 1079 as they make their way down the racetrack. And your win light at the top end is going to be Harper Staggs. 1088 on the 1079. Sterling Dosher and Cash Pennington. Cash dialed 1217. Sterling 1118. So Sterling going to chase Cash. Cash will leave the starting line first, and if both drivers do their job, going to see Sterling catch Cash towards the top end and see where the reaction time and driver's skill leads them. Cash Pennington way out in front by virtue of the reaction time and wins the round. 12:23 on the 12:17. 56 out of the gate. And Pennington will move on. Bring up Lane Swift and Cash Som. Cash. The other Cash. 12:25 the dial in. Lane Swift 1190. Look at that. We got dual deep stagers. Oh, no. Lane Swift unfortunately goes red. 60 red, and so Cash Som will move on. $11.91 on the 12:25. The wait and see by was Clay Burrell, and Clay waited and saw absolutely nobody. So Clay will get the bye. 11:44. Very cool dragster. Oh, I lied. No, I'm sorry. I take that back. I think that's the electric dragster waiting on the next pair. Just rolled all the way forward, so Clay Burrell does get the bye. The electric junior dragster, such an interesting one. You know, no head temp checking here. We just kind of look at it and say, okay, go get him. Carmen Nelson driving the electric junior dragster, 788 the dial in. Them are expensive little things, man. Oh boy. Tell you what, them electric juniors, they're all a 18,000+. But they are cool little things, and they have a whole lot of zip to them. Carter Poplowski, 801 the dial in. $11-48 in favor of Poplowski, and Poplowski is going to get the round win. 802 with a 5. That's 15 above. 11 on the tree. 26 total. That's pretty good for Pop, or C-Pop as they like to call him. Hannah Thompson and Landon Shipley. Landon, 775 the dial in. And Hannah Thompson, 810. Landon Shipley, Hannah Thompson. Red light time by Landon Shipley. 3 thou, too quick. Hannah Thompson, your automatic winner. 29 on the tree and 14 on the 10 dial in. Kagan Cleveland and Landon Graves. Cleveland was the one who had the bye last time, so 886 the dial in. Landon Graves, 786. Kagan Cleveland turns on the red light by 13 thou. Landon Graves, 73 on the tree. 785 with a 2 on the 786. So 8 thou too quick, no big deal as Kagan Cleveland turns on the red light. Chase Porsche and Colt Som. Colt, 772 the dial in. Chase, 9 flat in the left lane. Colt Som, Chase Porsche, 44 to a 53 in favor of Colt, and Colt's off the throttle, and how about that? Kills it to go dead 8, taking 27 at the top end. That's pretty good. Kinsler Elmore, 927 the dial in, and Kyle Allen. Kyle dialed 798. Kyle Miller will chase Kinsler to the top end and got quite the stripe to judge at the top end. I believe our main event cars are approaching. Looking to get to the final 4. Miller, Elmore. Win line top end, it will be Kyle Miller. How about dead 3 and 26 total out of a junior dragster? That's pretty good. Kinsler breaks out 8 thou, taking 1 thou stripe. That math don't math, and that means Elmore was just a hair tardy on the starting line. 33 no good. Matty Poplowski. So they call Carter C-Pop. Do they call Matty M-Pop? I feel like you got to, you know. M-Pop 804. In the left lane. Trent Wilson, 1142 the dial in, right lane. This is the tortoise in the hare type situation where Trent's going to leave the starting line and Maddie, these are bottom bulb foot brake cars, technically. And Maddie will have to be very patient. There goes Trent. Boy, M-Pop did her job. Maddie's going to come alongside and snag a win. 807 on the 804. 21 out of the gate. Maddie M-Pop taking the win. Cash Wilkinson. Boy, everybody's naming their kid Cash now, huh? That's popular down here. 790 the dial in, and Gage Wilson. Gage was doing damage in the door car. That was quite the scenario where we said, hold on, we got to wait for Gage to come back because he's running his junior right now to jump in his door car to then go hit the Burleson Construction no box category. That was pretty cool to see. Gage, 796 the dial in. Wilkinson 790, Gage Wilson 796. Reaction time advantage favors Wilkinson. The win light is also headed Cash's way. 12 above, 55 on the tree, so better on the reaction time, taking 005 at the top end. That's a tight drag race, and so Cash Wilkinson moving on. Cole Thompson 893 the dial in. Abigail Wilson 793. Abigail gonna leave a full second later than Cole. Abby Wilson for the win, 71 on the tree, 807 on the 793. So Abigail moving on as Cole Thompson took a 10th and broke out 6th out. That's rough. Addison Rogers and Parker Ritchie. Ritchie, 790 at the island. Addison Rogers, 790 the island. Hey, how about that? Heads up. Junior Dragster racing. First off the line, that's a big deal. You control the rest of the race. But don't go red, uh-oh. Addison got the best of Parker on the starting line. Wins around, 791. On the 790, Parker Ritchie got a breakout just trying to get to the finish line first. That didn't happen either. That's a whole load of yucky. So Addison Rogers moves on. And that brings up Caselyn Fisher. 856 the dial in. And Cross Tomlinson. Tomlinson, 792. $9.79 on the 856 as Cross Tomlinson unfortunately goes red. That'll bring up Lil C, Cash Branham, and Hudson Town. Looks like our wait and see buy for the duck race. Round 3 is Brian Bennett. So Brian Bennett, congratulations, you're the wait and see buy. Looks like we are scheduled to see a certain number come back that you're going to like, but I don't know for sure. Cash Branham, big reaction time advantage, and Cash going to turn it into a round win, 930. On the 887, Hudson Town breaks out 18th out, took 8th out stripe. That math is not going to work in Hudson's favor. Well, I tell you, that dragster in the left lane is loud. Just seems way louder than any other one we got on the property. I mean, that baby is... That'll burst the eardrums. Gavin Foyt, 927 the dial lane, right lane. Big reaction time advantage for the driver in the left lane. And how about 819 for the win on the 805. 13 out of the gate, had a 10th to play with on the starting line, and going to turn that one into a round win. Emily Miller and Bentley McCabe. Emily dialed 790, Bentley dialed 898. Pay attention in the pits. We will bring the no box ducks. No box ducks to lanes 1 and 2, please. No box ducks will take you to lanes 1 and 2. No box ducks will take you back to lanes, please, to lanes 1 and 2. Emily Miller going to be your round winner as Bentley McCabe. No dice there on the starting line. So Miller, 785 on the 790. Couple more juniors coming back, but again, no box ducks lanes 1 and 2. And I think we might have one stopped at the top end. And I do believe we do. All right, so we'll send the golf cart to go get the kiddo. And get back into action shortly afterwards. No box ducks. We'll put you in lanes 1 and 2, please. No box ducks. Put you in lanes 1 and 2. Again, the duck race wait and see by is Brian Bennett. For round 3, we are expecting 33 coming back, so that would be a good sign for Brian, but again, who knows? All right, Dawson Rogers and Cameron Nelson making their way down the racetrack. Nelson, reaction time advantage, out of it before the finish line and wins around 8:07 on the 8:05. Kendall Stevenson, 895 right lane. Don't have a name over here in the left lane, but 793 in the dial-in. That is a junior dragster that decides, I want to line up right next to the wall. Well, all right then. Couple more pairs of juniors left, and then main event. We will shave it down to 4. Incoming. Stevenson goes red by 14 thou. So 790 on the 793, 45 on the tree, moving forward into the program as Kendall Stevenson unfortunately is done for the night. Caitlin Ritter and Caden Lobner. Lobner? 8:46 the dial-in. Got the very difficult task of staying patient. You know, again, there are no delay boxes or trans brakes or gizmos inside the junior dragsters. Caden just simply will swap the feet at the point that Caden feels is the correct time. And oh man, Lobner could not wait. Goes red by 16 thou, and Caitlin Ritter will be your round winner. 11:05 the dial-in. Survey says 11:37. That brings up Carter Lobner now. 8:21 the dial-in, and Riley Spell. Riley, 7:92 the dial-in the right lane. That junior dragster's got a wing on it. I don't know if they had. Did they have wings when I ran juniors? I was going to say, I don't ever remember any of our juniors having wings. You know who had a wing? I remember because he was the only one who had a wing. JT Goethe. JT Goethe had a wing. It was the blue one. It was the backwards motor, and he was the only one with a wing. I don't think really anybody had parachutes or fancy lights. You know, some of these junior dragsters, they got Milwaukee battery inputs now to power their fan and AC and lights inside the cockpit. You know, back in my day, when I was a young pup, we had Mom hold the umbrella, and Dad said, "Just tough it out. Don't worry about it." Oh, those were the days. Yeah, our umbrella holder on the car. Carter Lobner, Riley Spell. Riley goes red by 16 thou. So Carter Lobner, your automatic winner. 8:21 the dial, and survey says 8:20 with a 9. Wow, almost nailed it. Nicely done. So Carter Lobner moving on. Yeah, it's crazy to see the evolution of junior. You know, again, junior dragster starting in the early 90s. I think it was 93. Or it originally debuted, I think, in the U.S. Nationals at 92. And then 93 is when it got going. And you had lawnmower pull start motors based on 5 horsepower Briggs & Stratton. And now all these motors are anything but 5 horsepower Briggs & Stratton motors. They are all mostly billet, 3.5, 3 3/4 bores, running on alcohol, and they got dedicated fuel pumps feeding them the juice, and now they got all these gizmos and crazy things on them that it's like, wow, I would have loved having that back in my day. But then again, it was so tight in my cockpit because I was too dang tall as a kid. Oh dear, those were the days. Those were the days. I was skinnier back then too. Now I've plumped up a little bit. That's no good. We're gonna have to work on that when I get home. All right, I think main event's coming up. Is that correct? We are down to the final. Is it final 5 in Super Pro with our friends at Green Dirt, and then our final in our Burleson Construction no box. All right, so we're down to our final 5 in Super Pro. We are down to our final in no box. So we are now approaching the first final and the first belt buckle. Burleson Construction no box. They are hashing out things, and then we'll get that finished up. The bye in Super Pro. I can't remember who got the bye, but we'll figure that out. By the way, want to give one more thank you to George and the team. Alicia, setting up the stream, looking good. We are back up and going. You are watching live time as we prep the racetrack. Here at the Finish Line Customs SuperBucks Showdown. Hopefully you get a chance to go see those Finish Line Custom pieces. They had 2 of the full vehicles out and about earlier today. Hopefully you got a chance to go check out the 55. Boy, that is a showstopper. Red interior. Good looking car. It's going to be a fast car too. All steel. And I mean, you're talking about body fitment that just, I mean, it's perfect. It's perfect. So our friends at Finish Line Customs, we appreciate them so very much for helping out and being the title partner for this. Doing a little bit of cleaning, and then we will get into our main event, Final 5. Finish our final 5. We'll run our final in no box. They will get all thrown together as, again, both drivers are in the risky business upgrade. So they both did the correct move in paying for the risky business, because now their day does not end at the no box championship. They will get put in with essentially 2 rounds and the opportunity to win $15,000. Certainly, I think when you get to a round of 4, it makes the idea of splitting very easy. Don't know if they have agreed to anything or whatnot. I started hearing about percentages and everything like that, and I said, I'm going to let y'all take care of that. I have no interest in getting involved in that. No thank you. So no box doing some sort of discussion. But no Splitsville on box yet. And that would make sense as they are at the round of 5. But again, when we get to 4, I think you really start to have a logical conversation and say, do we move this around and that around and change the payout the way we see fit? I don't know. That's your choice. You go check it out. Maybe we got one driver that says, no thanks, I'd rather race for what's on the flyer. A couple bow ties sitting underneath the suites here at Extreme Raceway Park, getting ready to give away the first belt buckle of the Finish Line Customs SuperBucks Showdown. Wes Snodgrass and Scooter Hamlin. They are not heads up, but they are pretty darn close. No box will be first out. And we will punch their first ticket into the final 4. Door ducks, this is your call to lanes 3 and 4, please. Door ducks, door car ducks, we will take in lanes 3 and 4. Wes Snodgrass, left lane, 588 the dial in. Scooter Hamlin, Red Oak, Texas, in the car they call Gravedigger, 585 the dial in. Final round in the Burleson Construction no box. 16 to a 47. Can he do it on his dad's birthday weekend and the anniversary weekend? He's got it. 19 above. Scooter Hamlin for the win. 16 on the tree and locks out Wes Snodgrass on the starting line. Snodgrass got a breakout trying to get to the finish line first and didn't do that either. Scooter Hamlin is going to get a solid payday, a belt buckle, and by virtue of risky business, gets inserted into the mix in Super Pro, where some guy named Bart Nelson's waiting. Attention in the pits, Dragster ducks will take you to lanes 5 and 6. All duck cars, we will take you to lanes, please. All duck cars will take you to lanes, please. So, boy, I tell you what, a final 4 that is all door cars would be really interesting. 2 tickets are punched. One of them, Scooter Hamlin. The other one is the $1 million winner, Bart Nelson. Bart, 63, Chevy 2, 556 to dial in, and he ain't got to race anybody this round. This is easy money. Grab some data, take it to, 400, and click her off. And Bart took it the whole way. 557, 002 on the tree, so 17 total. That's pretty good. And Bart Nelson punches ticket number 2 into the final 4 of the Green Dirt Super Pro, 15,000 to win. There has not been a split on the Super Pro side, at least yet. Ticket number 3 up for grabs in the final 4. Justin Endicott, door car, 601 the dial in the Bel Air. And Ty Casey. Ty going to try to become the first dragster into the final 4. 466 the dial in. Going to have to run down Justin Endicott. Again, all duck cars. We need you to the lanes, please. All duck cars to the lanes, please. Can door cars go 3 for 3? Endicott left lane. Ty Casey right lane. Dragster is red by 8 thou. Endicott 007, well under, but again wins the round as Casey is red by 8 thou, and it's 3 door cars into the final 4, and Bobo Marshall could make it a sweep of the dragsters. Bobo Marshall, Nathan Martin, final ticket up for grabs in the final 4. With 15 grand on the line with our friends at Green Dirt here at the Finish Line Customs SuperBucks Showdown. Bobo Marshall left lane, 602 the dial, and Nathan Martin, 451 the dial in. Martin is now officially the final dragster left in competition. Marshall left lane, Martin right lane. Bobo has got the dragster on the ropes. It will be an all-door car semifinal. Bobo Marshall is 003 and 24 total and nearly locks out Nathan Martin. Marshall, Endicott, Hamlin, and Nelson. Final 4, and they're all door cars on Friday night. Fighting for 15 grand The Green Dirt Super Pro. How about that? That is pretty cool. I believe we are now moving into, are these the duck cars? Or duck door cars, if you will. As Aaron Jones and Chris Livingood. Making their way down the starting line. Livingood is not living so good off the line. Uh-oh, he was just dead late. Aaron Jones, 623 on the 620-19 out of the gate, and Aaron Jones moving on. Chad Sandlin and Lucas Flancha. Oh, this is a good pair. Sandlin, 615 the dial in. Lucas Flancha, 620 in the Pontiac. To an 18 in favor of Flancha. Wind light, it will be Sandlin. 619 on the 615 as Flancha just simply took way too much stripe. Broke out 23 thou, taking 77 at the top end. Flancha was on the tree, but couldn't make it work at the top end. Gene Herbold and Lucas Graves. Graves, 633 the dial in. Gene Herbold, 649. Wheels up goes Graves. Got work to do to try to catch Herbold. Someone's kicking it at the top end, and the crew celebrates as Graves is 12 above for the win. 46 on the tree, taking 16 at the top end. Lucas Graves punches a ticket in the next round of competition. Coy Worley and Justin Cervantes. Cervantes, 675 the dial in, and Coy Worley, 623. Coy Worley, 11 on the tree. Justin Cervantes was just dead late, and that was about it. Worley, 25 on the 23 for the win. Billy Talbot and Logan Diggs. Four main event cars are left, and we would like 4 main event cars to come back around, please. Attention in the pits, Junior Dragsters. We're going to bring you back as well, too. Junior Dragsters, we will bring you back as well, too. We'll shuffle you into the lanes. Junior Dragsters, come on back, but 4 main event cars remain. Endicott, Hamlin, Nelson, Marshall. Billy Talbot, Logan Diggs. Diggs is 001 and for the win. 10 above, 11 total. Nicely done. Wayne Pratt and Randy Elliott. Elliott 585 the dial in, Pratt. 586. Not heads up, but pretty darn close. Junior dragsters, I believe we're going to put you in lanes 3 and 4. Well, Wayne Pratt's going to get the round win. Somebody brought it up early, and I think it was Randy, and I think that screwed him up completely. So Wayne Pratt going to take advantage, go 590 for the win. Ethan Marr and Mason Brotherton. Our wait and see buy in the 6 through 9 year olds. Cash Pennington is your 6 through 9 year old wait and see buy. Your wait and see buy for the 10 plus year olds is C-Pop Carter Podolowski. 13 to an 18. Ethan Marr for the win. As Marr is dead 8, 26 total, and 002 at the top end. Sticks the front tire in front and says, I'll take that. Win, Kenny White. And Brett Lancaster. Lancaster out of Red Racing Engines, 543. And Kenny White, 610 the dial. Last pair of door cars, and then we got our transition pair. Kenny White, Friendswood, Texas runner, the engine builder. 22 to 37 in favor of Lancaster, and he will keep it rolling. Lancaster, 45 on the 43, taking 12 at the top end. Lancaster punches a ticket into the next round and wins it on a little baby hole shot. Crew Garrett, Jeremy Heffler. Six through 9 year olds will take you to lanes 1 and 2, 10 and up. We will take you to lanes 3 and 4. 6 through 9 year olds to lanes 1 and 2, 10 and up to lanes 3 and 4. Jeremy Heffler, Crew Garrett. Someone is 000, and it is all door car all the time tonight. 15 total for Heffler, 0005, and Crew Garrett is nearly locked out on the starting line. Had a very small window to thread to make that happen, couldn't get it done, and Jeremy Heffler punches a ticket into the next round as Ty Farmer and Greg Roberts come to the starting line, and here come the lawn darts. Farmer dealt 444, Roberts 496. Ty Farmer, 24 on the light, and by 2 thou at the top end wins the round. Dead 5. So Ty Farmer moves on as Brent Ritter and Trip West come to the starting line. Trip West, the fighting announcers. He is carrying the baton for the Squawk Box. You heard him earlier. Out of Walters, Oklahoma, 481 the dial in left lane, Brent Ritter. Brent Ritter out of Cibolo, Texas. Ooh, identical 16 lights, wind light. Hey! The fighting Squawk Box continues to live on. Trip West, dead 3, 19 total, and 23 thousandths at the top end. Wins around. So, Trip West rolling. You know, Trip ran into a little bit of bad luck earlier, and he is going now. Again, main event cars, you were called to the lanes. Main event cars will take you to lanes 5 and 6, please. Main event to lanes 5 and 6. Tell and Farmer and Jayon Dosher Winlight Farmer. 440, 11 on the tree as Jayon did very well all night long but missed that one. 79 on the tree, no good. Hey, attention in the pits. Fuel and nitrous station is closing in 10 minutes. So the fuel and nitrous station is closing in 10 minutes if you happen to need any juice. Phillips and Tove Marshall. Good lap from Marshall. 15 on the tree and dead 5. 20 total. So Marshall by 10 thou wins around as Phillips is 006 but above. And Marshall takes advantage. So again, main event cars, we will take you to the lanes, please. Main event cars, I believe we have half of them. I believe we have our junior cars. Getting ready to go. Main event cars, come on down, please. Main event cars, we are down to the final 4, and they're all door cars. Oh, getting really close. Yeah, you had to bail out of that run. They both left 004. Simpson went real close to that center line and said, I got to abort mission on this one. Mark Dunn for the win. 64 on the 59 and 004 green. J.R. Lobner. And Devon Coslow. Again, main event cars, final 4. Final 4. We will take you to the lanes, please. Final 4. In the main event, we need you to the lanes, please. Lobner, 459. Devon Coslow, 459. Oh, hey. It's heads up. First to the finish line, don't break out. And, boy, a better reaction time would do you well to make that all happen. And you got to go green, too. J.R. Lobner, 11 red, and his day is done. Costlow, 28 on the tree, 54 on the 59. Someone was holding a little bit. And Lobner will unfortunately just take the sad stroll down the racetrack. That will end JR's day. I don't know if that would have worked out for JR even if he went green. He blew the tires off, and it was just all kinds of yucky. Looks like Rocky McLean II and Chris Livingood. Main event cars, we will take you to lanes, please, for your final four. (17 to an 18). They're nearly identical on the starting line, and Chris Livingood is dead for the win, 21 total. Nicely done. There's McLean well above, no dice, and Brian Bennett be the final vehicle. McLean just didn't get there. Bennett, 15 red, 508 the dial, 508 the run, dead 2. So not too shabby. I think Brian's going to look at that and say, I think that's pretty good. Leave that one right there. Main event cars, final four. We'll take you to the lanes now, please. Main event, final four cars. We will take you to the lanes now. I believe our junior dragster is going to be coming up here shortly as well, too. Bobo Marshall. We need Bobo Marshall. Bobo, you're the only vehicle we are waiting on for the main event. Bobo Marshall, we need you to the lanes, please. So again, Bobo Marshall, we are waiting on you. Final four. Marshall, Hamlin, Endicott, and oh yeah, Bart Nelson. Final four. That's a pretty stacked final four. You already have an individual who has won arguably one of the larger big money races put on this year. I think the individual with maybe the most riding right now is Scooter Hamlin, because his dad's birthday was yesterday. His anniversary is tomorrow. And so you can't lose this one. You get to the final four, you can't lose this one. Bobo has been one of those cards that I think just waiting on the breakthrough, right? It got really close a couple times at the single shot showdown, and I think now we're looking for that breakthrough. And then Justin Endicott. I mean, that's a car show worthy Bel Air that has now made its way into the final four. Final four cars in the main event. Beautiful machines. Looks like Bobo is here. Very good. So I'm sure they will have some discussion that is going to take a little bit of time. So we'll let them go through that and hopefully run them sooner than later. Well, this is a doozy of a round coming around the bend. Scooter Hamlin and Bart Nelson. We are getting the word that Scooter, has he ever beaten Bart? Maybe. There is a saying that if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. And you can make an argument that after what Bart did, what was that, like 2 months ago? Something like that. Bart's the best right now. You can make an argument. And so if you want to complete what would be, I guess you could say, just a dream run, you win through no box, you sign up for the risky business, it was your dad's birthday yesterday, your anniversary's tomorrow, and you got a shot at 15 grand, and to get there, you beat the guy that essentially has been your idol for the last, whatever, so many years? Well, I'm going to use the word idol. On the microphone, that's... See, this is where This is where I get paid to take words I hear, put it into my brain, and reconfigure them out through the microphone in a different way, differently verbalized. I still think, I tell you what, long live the door car. 4 cars remain, and they're all door cars. I guess congratulations to Nathan Martin, who was the final dragster, but down go the lawn darts, and 4 door cars remain in the run for $15,000. Say thank you to our friends at Green Dirt, helping out with the program. It is the Green Dirt Super Pro. Of course, we have found our Burleson Construction No Box winner. That winner is Scooter Hamlin, driving the car they call Gravedigger. And at the Finish Line Customs SuperBucks Showdown, in the Green Dirt Super Pro category, which is now essentially what we are finishing, with 1 no box winner and 3 cars entered into Super Pro, and they're all cars with doors. I don't want to discredit Endicott and Marshall, which are coming behind Hamlin and Nelson, but this first pair is, I mean, this is, this, you know, when you start to follow the bracket racing world, like, you start to nerd out on these kind of matchups, and this is the kind of matchup you nerd out on. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. I think this is the kind of matchup where you think if you're a bracket racer and you want to be competitive, like, you can't wait till you work so hard to get to the point to where you're one of these drivers that's sitting underneath the suites, the bridge of suites, and hopefully one day you'll be racing in that world. They, I assume, have discussed something when it comes to certain individual things won and how they will be divvied up. They may or may not have agreed to that. I have no idea. And quite frankly, at this point, it doesn't matter. Final 4 in the main event. For the belt buckle in the Green Dirt Super Pro Finish Line Customs SuperBucks Showdown. Gravedigger, the car in the left lane, driven by Scooter Hamlin. 64 Chevy 2. He's been one of the best off the bottom this weekend. 586 the dial in, and the guy in the other lane, Bart Nelson, your 2024 $1 million race winner, 63 Chevy 2. 557 will Chase Hamlin. This is as good as it gets. Final 4, all our door cars, and we get started with the $1 million winner trying to punch a ticket into the $15,000 final. All pre-staged up. Hamlin left lane, Bart Nelson right lane. To a 38 in favor of the $1 million winner, and it's Bart Nelson. 21 above, 33 total, taking 002 at the top end. Hamlin breaks out trying to get to the finish line first, and he didn't do that either. Just simply put, 38 is not good enough off the tree to beat Bart Nelson, and Nelson punches ticket number 1 into the finals of the $15,000 Green Dirt Super Pro. And who gets a date with the $1 million winner? Justin Endicott. Fort Worth, Texas runner, left lane, the Bel Air dial 60, and Bo Marshall. 609, the dial in the El Camino. it favors the Bel Air. Bel Air moving around, and the win light will be Endicott. 602 on the 600. 10 on the tree for the win as Bobo Marshall took 16 at the top end and broke out 3 thou. Justin Endicott in the Bel Air and Bart Nelson in the final, racing for $15,000. That'll be a great final. I'm guessing reaction time is it reaction time that will be your lane choice decider? If it's so, Justin Endicott gets your nod, as he was 10 on the tree to Bart Nelson's 12. Attention in the pits, Ducks. We need you, no box, to lanes 1 and 2. No box, we need you to lanes 1 and 2 for the Ducks. Door cars, we need you to lanes 3 and 4. And Dragster Ducks, we need you to lanes 5 and 6. No box to lanes 1 and 2. Door Ducks, we need you to lanes 3 and 4. Dragster Ducks, we need you to lanes 5 and 6. Here come the junior dragsters. Hey, maybe in about 10 years, Harper Staggs could be running for $15,000. Although we hope inflation inflates these prices or prize monies at that time, and maybe running for 20, 25, 30,000. Or maybe at that point the robots have taken over and Harper Staggs and Clay Burrell. Look at Harper go. 1086 the dial in. Harper, I think, was out of the throttle. 1093 on the 1086, 11 on the tree. And Harper Staggs for the win. Oh yeah, you can see little young Harper kind of look over. Like, I think I got enough room. I think I got enough room. Do I got enough room? Yeah, I do. How about that? Cash saw him now left lane, and Cash Pennington. I told you, they're all named Cash around here. Pennington, 1217 the dial in right lane. And Cash Psalm dialed 1190 in the left lane. Pennington and Psalm. Reaction time advantage favors Cash Pennington. The win light will also go Cash Pennington's way. 1236 on the 1217. So Cash Pennington moves on as Matty Poplowski, M-Pop. If we get to call Carter Poplowski C-Pop, I feel like we should call Matty Poplowski M-Pop. No box Ducks, we need you to the lanes, please. Lanes 1 and 2. No box Ducks, lanes 1 and 2. Door Ducks, we need you to lanes 3 and 4. And Dragster Ducks, we need you to lanes 5 and 6. Duck Cars, we need you to the lanes, please. Duck. The flock of ducks, if you will. We need you to the lanes, please. Poplowski's 21 on the tree, 12 on the 805. It is Emily Miller and Addison Rogers. We'll bring him to the starting line. Our wait and see ducks by is Jeremy Heffler. Jeremy Heffler, congratulations. You are the wait and see by for the duck category. 17 cars left in competition. So Jeremy Heffler, the wait and see by. Again, the duck cars, we have called you to the lanes, please. No box to lanes 1 and 2. Doors to lanes 3 and 4. Dragsters to lanes 5 and 6. Miller. 730 the dial in left lane, Addison Rogers. 792 right side. Emily Miller unfortunately lights the red lamp and 2,000 too quick. 002 red. Ooh, injury to insult. Dead 8. That's a tough one. Addison Rogers for the win. 789 on the 792. Hannah Thompson. 810 the dial in left lane, and Landon Graves. 785. As again, duck cars, we need you to the lanes, please. Ducks, we need you to the lanes. All duck cars, we need you to the lanes, please, whether you're dragsters, no box, or doors. Anna Thompson, 810 the dial in, Landon Graves, 789. It's almost like the dads got to kind of nod to each other and say, okay, you ready? You ready to go? Okay. Let's do it. Away they go. Thompson, 99 on the tree is the advantage reaction time-wise, and will take the round win. 814 on the 810 dial. 005 is your margin of victory, so 57-10 thou. As Thompson moves on by virtue, big reaction time advantage, and it was the difference. Cash Wilkinson, there's another Cash, and Colt Psalm. Colt, 772 the dial in, Cash Wilkinson, 790 left lane. As the junior dragsters make their way down the racetrack. Big thank you to our friends at Rafter P Construction. Rafter P Construction helping out with the Junior Dragster program. Of course, this jackpot race today. And then tomorrow they'll have a $1,000 prize. That's pretty awesome. They specialize in barnuminiums. Rafter P Construction does. You want one of them as a race car driver. I know you do. Cash Wilkinson, 32 on the tree, and for the win. 792.7. At the top end is Colt Psalm, breaks out 11 thou, took 9 thou stripe, and the math don't math on that one. So, Cash Wilkinson. Reaction time-wise, a significant advantage, and turned it into a round win. Cameron Nelson, 799 right lane. And Cash Little C. Branham. How many caches do we got? We have 4 of them on the property? How about that? 887. Little C, they call him. Again, all duck cars. Duck cars, we need you to the lanes, please. Duck cars. Duck cars, we need you to lanes, please. Hey, big thank you again to our friends at Rafter P Construction, as well as Ezel Race Cars for helping out with the Kid Zone. That Kid Zone is still up. As Little C left a little too early. Red light time for Branham, and Cameron Nelson's your winner. 797 on the 799. 37 on the tree. Good enough to get the job done. Kyle Miller, 798 the dial in left lane, and Abby Wilson, Abigail. Dealt 8-0. Again, duck cars, we need you to the lanes, please, as we would like our main event to lane 1, please. Main event cars to lane 1. Final round. Main event, we will take you to lane 1. Mr. Bart Nelson and Justin Innocott. We will take you to lane number 1. Kyle Miller, 8-10 for the win, 45 on the tree. That's good enough to get the job done as Wilson is a little tardy on the tree. As Caselyn Fisher, 858 the dial-in, and our friend who likes to line up like right against the wall over here in the left lane. Quite the interesting strategy. Main event final. Need you to the lanes, please. Caselyn Fisher, and our friend over here in the left lane is going to pick up the round win. 8-13 on the 793, 47 on the tree. And takes out Caselyn in this round of competition. Carter Lobner and Caitlin Ritter. Carter, 820 the dial-in left lane, and Caitlin Ritter, 1133 the dial-in. So quite the ET difference. Carter and Caitlin waiting patiently. Carter says, go ahead, Caitlin. And Caitlin says, go ahead, Carter. And we have a junior dragster staging duel. Carter is in. Caitlin's got to get in or else it's going to time out. Wow, Caitlin staged right as the top bulb was coming down. Win light top end, Carter Lobner, 825 on the 820. As Carter Lobner will win the round. Carter Poplowski, C-Pop as they call him. Be our final junior dragster, I believe. $8.03 the dial in. $7.95 on the 803. C-Pop, 11 on the tree. Moving on. I believe we have No Box Ducks coming around. We got a couple pairs of them, and then Super Pro coming around. Main event cars, we have asked that you come back for your final round. We'd like to get this one finished up as it's well, just a little before midnight. These drivers are hoping that their race cars stay chariots for just that much longer. Don't want any of them turning into pumpkins. Not quite yet. One more round to run. And boy, what a year it would be to finish it off for Bart Nelson. duck race. Who is going to become the SuperBuck Super Duck? I think we got to name it that. SuperBuck Super Duck. Presented by a company that rhymes with duck. We'll have to figure that one out. Chad Sandlin, Aaron Jones. It's getting late, boys and girls. Chad Sandlin, 6:15 the dial-in. Trying to avenge his unfortunate early outings that he did obviously not like to see. $3,000 going to the duck winner. Runner up 500, so there's a little bit of cash that is up for grabs for our duck race. Chad Sandlin, 6:15 left lane. Aaron Jones in the second gen Camaro, 6:20 the dial in right lane. In, and here comes Chad. Oh no, Chad rips it red again. Chad's got a little bit of the red bugaboo floating around. He clicks it off, and oh no, that wasn't Chad that clicked it off. That was Aaron Jones who did. Jones is going to get the round win. He was kind of pulled over to the side too. Ooh. That car hit about 400 feet, and it just nosed over. That is, sure hope that car is not hurt. So Jones, who was 22 out of the gate, doesn't get the clean run because, again, that car just does get off the racetrack, but sure hope that car is not hurt. Boy, we got another car in the right lane, just not cooperating, if you will. Lucas Graves, 628 on the 633. I don't know if Coy went red and just said, well, I'll just mosey on down Main Street, but is Ethan Marr and Logan Diggs. Coming to the starting line, Logan Diggs, 567 in the right lane. Ethan Marr, 553. Car just launches off the line, don't it, for Logan Diggs. A little bit of movement for Ethan Marr, but Logan Diggs, 566 with an 8 on the double breakout, the lesser of the two, wins the round. So Logan Diggs moving on to the next round of competition. We were kind of left for Ethan Marr and just didn't work out. Chris Livingood and Brett Lancaster. Lancaster trying to continue his success at the Showdown series. If I remember correctly, did Lancaster win the duck race? I'm gonna have to look back. I know Lancaster went deep in many of the events. 8 to a 15. His run will continue. He's 15 on the tree and dead 0. Boy, I tell you what, when things just go your way, man, it's like racing is easy mode. Lancaster found himself 7th thou behind on the let-go and finds himself 16th thou in front at the top end, and he could say thanks to his race car and his dialing skills as he's dead 0. Wayne Pratt and Brian Bennett. Pratt, 588 the dial in. Brian Bennett, 508. Bennett's had a solid race so far, and he will continue to just march on down. 006 out of the gate, and 7th thou under is Wayne Pratt. Breaks out 2th thou, but was red off the line. So 005 red is going to end his day. Brian Bennett moving on again. Ty Farmer and Mark Dunn. Hey, Junior Dragsters, believe it's time to bring you back to the lanes, please. Junior Dragsters, come on down the lanes, please. As we are going to be running you here shortly. Junior Dragsters, I believe we have a final in the 8 and 9-year-olds. 6 through 9-year-olds, I'm sorry. That's lanes 1 and 2. 10 and up, we're going to put you in lanes 3 and 4. Ty Farmer, Mark Dunn. The win light is going to go Farmer's way. Mark Dunn, 004. Farmer is first to the stripe, though. As, you know, there was a little bit of movement there at the top end, but Dunn had to get out of it. Looked like there was a little bit of a haze, too. Not sure what was going on there. Farmer saw the issues with Dunn and then just was out of the throttle and said, I just don't want to break out at this point. But that was kind of interesting. Dunn kind of, not sure if something let go and started hitting the exhaust or something or whatnot, but either way, it cost Mark Dunn, Devon Coslow, and Talon Farmer now. Talon Farmer dialed 436. Devon Coslow. Will win the round. 455 on the 454, 22 out of the gate, and margin of victory 75 ten-thousandths of a second. Again, 6 through 9-year-olds will put you in lanes 1 and 2. 10 and up will put you in lanes 3 and 4. And main event final. If you are not there, we would like you there now, please. Trip West. 480 to dial in for the Fighting Squawk Boxes. And Tove Marshall. Marshall. 459 the dial in, Tove. I think we have a vehicle at the top end of the racetrack that is stopped, so we will be down for just a hot second. Scooter Hamlin, you have been, your presence is requested in the tower, please. Scooter Hamlin. Trip West, Tove, Marshall, Winlight, Top End. How about those announcers? 13 above, 35 on the tree is Trip West. Takes 0006 at the top end, your margin of victory. And disposes of Marshall. Jeremy Heffler is 003 on the buy and dead 7, 10 total. That's pretty good. All right. As we get a little bit later into the evening, as it has gone out on the WhatsApp text alerts, if you are still in the duck race, you can park your vehicle for the evening. We are done with the duck race. The plan right now is to finish later in the day during Saturday's race. So there are 9 cars left. If you are in the duck race, you can park for the evening as you are done, and we will finish later in the day during Saturday's race tomorrow. There are 9 vehicles remaining. I'm not sure how that will exactly pan out. I'm guessing we'll have to wait for the 9 to be out of competition in some way, shape, or form, or we'll have to figure that out. But if you are in the duck race tonight, you can park for the evening because you are done. Juniors will continue the Gamblers race tonight, and it is my understanding we're going to attempt to run the Junior Gamblers to completion tonight. So, Juniors will continue the Gamblers race tonight, and we will completion. We will run it to completion. Obviously, we have one more final to go, which is in the main event. And we'll see that run here in just a little bit. Alrighty. We are now down to 2. This is your final round in the Finish Line Customs SuperBucks Showdown here at Extreme Raceway Park. Green Dirt Super Pro Final. $15,000 to the winner. These two have bested the rest with beautiful machines and terrific performances. And for the driver in the right lane, boy, would this be a terrific capper to what's already been one of the more successful seasons a bracket racer could have. Your $1 million winner over there in the right lane, 63 Chevy 2 of Bart Nelson, 559 the dial-in. Racing the Bel Air of Justin Endicott, 602 the dial-in for the belt buckle, and $15,000 in the Green Dirt Super Pro category. Justin Endicott and Bart Nelson. $13 to a $24, and your winner is Bart Nelson. Dead 5, 18 total, 13 out of the gate. Locks out Justin on the starting line. Bart Nelson taking 23 at the top end. That is a bad dude. And Bart Nelson is dead 5, 18 total for your win. Your $1 million winner is 15 grand richer and will win the belt buckle in the Green Dirt Super Pro category here, main event Friday night. Bart Nelson, congratulations. Well, I tell you, what a year for that vehicle and that driver. All right, Junior Dragsters, as we mentioned, Junior Dragsters, your jackpot is going to complete, or at least run to completion tonight. Harper, Staggs, and Cash Pennington will get us started. Again, a note to Duck Racers. Duck Racers, there are 9 left, and we are going to run that to completion, or at least resolve it tomorrow. It is not going to run for the evening, so if you're a duck racer and you are still in competition, you can park your vehicles for the night, as they will be concluding that.